there, everybody. Hopefully this video finds you well. It's always good to see you. Hopefully it's good to see me too, but it's cool. We've got some random little snacks here and a coffee on the table, and yeah, we're gonna get in on this. So our first thing. Now, recently me and the girlfriend went to Cracker Barrel. She had a dubiously old gift card. We're like, why not? Cracker Barrel was not necessarily around me growing up, didn't live close to one or anything like that, but I have obviously had it in between now and then, and you know, it was always like a cheap breakfast where lots of the church crowd would go if they didn't have a Bob Evans close. Nothing wrong with it. It was always fine. It always seemed like, you know, I'd get a chicken fried steak and like 15 sides, and you'd pay like, you know, $8 to $10, and then you're out. So we went, and I got said chicken fried steak. It was pretty good. Eggs, not bad. Hard to mess up eggs, but it's possible. Hash brown casserole, good. Don't remember what else he got. Got the biscuit beignets. But the thing that I was actually impressed with was the coffee. I'm never impressed by coffee at, you know, most diners, restaurants, whatever, because normally it's just not very good. It winds up being very bitter. But I was actually really impressed by their coffee, so I asked the waitress, I was like, hey, do you have a branded coffee? And I don't remember what she said. It's like, well, we used to carry this, but if you go to the gift shop, obviously they'll have gift shops in the very front when you walk in, you should be able to find our coffee there. And they had regular ground and regular, ground decaf. Obviously I went with the regular, no need for decaf. So I went ahead and pre-brewed. Let's go ahead and try it and see if it's as good as it was in the store, or if maybe they did something special to it. It's piping hot too. Hopefully I don't burn my tongue. Yeah, that's exactly like what I remember it in the shop. It is a very smooth coffee. It doesn't have all those bitters that you tend to get when you're just serving out like Maxwell House or Folgers or whatever other base level coffee that you might get at some restaurant. It's smooth. There's a little bit of that caramelization going on in there. It's actually a really excellent cup of coffee that doesn't necessarily rely on cream and sugar like most of them do. Like most of you have to pound cream and sugar in there to make it palatable. This is actually really nicely palatable. Good color, little oil on the top, but like for a packaged ground coffee that I'm just doing at home in a French press from a major brand, let's back it down, a nationally chain brand, a breakfast spot, it's pretty good. It's actually really good. I'm impressed. And there's really nothing much else on it because it does say it's packaged exclusively for Cracker Barrel, Old Country Store. So, I don't know. I think it's really good. And it's very rare that I'm ever impressed with a restaurant coffee. So, wanted to get that on the channel for perpetuity. That's pretty darn good. Let's move on to some crunchy corn from Seaport Farms. It's better than popcorn, they say, which we're gonna find out. So mighty little crunchy corn, pink Himalayan salt. That's a big trend, obviously. I mean, I use Himalayan sea salt, you know, for my cooking. It's good, or just regular kosher salt. I love popcorn. I've probably said that enough on the channel. I'm a big fan of popcorn. And your nice buttery popcorn. Go to the theater for popcorn. All that good jazz. Is this better than popcorn? Well, we'll be the judge. A little half pop. Okay. It's crunchy. It's good. Is it better than popcorn? No. It's corn nuts. It's just like half popcorn nuts. Nothing wrong with that. But that's a different snack. It is good. It's not overly salty either, which is nice. I could snack on that all day. That'd be a great bar snack. But there's also just corn nuts. So take that for what it's worth. But it is nice. Finally, let's take a look at Grippos. See, Grippos in like Columbus are apparently like a really big deal. I can't necessarily say I know much about Grippos personally. We were a Jones household, came out of Mansfield, Ohio, which we were somewhat closer to growing up. Obviously not anymore, but Jones was our brand. Grippos was not. And they come out of Cincinnati, as you can see down below there. But everybody always, you know, once I kind of moved around Columbus and everything, people say, oh yeah, nah man, this is the best. This is the greatest chip. It's the greatest chip you'll ever have. Okay, and they do, you know, chips, sauce, pretzels, popcorn, nibs. No, I'm just So let's go ahead and just plug away. Let's get into this, into these Grippos. Pretty standard Lay's looking chip. Now my girlfriend, who spent a lot of her life in Columbus, kind of enlightened me a little bit on Grippos. And it is a big inner city thing. They were a cheaper snack, kind of like Jones was for us. That was the thing. Jones was our cheap chip, 99 cents a bag. You know, these are now $2.39, so I have to assume that they were cheaper. The flavor is decent. You know, it's more than decent. It is pretty darn good. I'm not normally like a barbecue chip guy. I definitely taste the paprika in there. It's a little spicier than your standard like Lay's barbecue chip, and infinitely more powder on there. It has a good flavor profile to it. It's actually, yeah, the more I kind of let it simmer, it actually is quite nice. But yeah, decent barbecue flavor, a little bit of hotness, little spiciness, spiciness in there. Very salty. The chip is fine. I mean, it's a pretty standard chip, but overall, pretty darn good flavor. I actually do like it. I can understand why this would be kind of a favorite. Still down with Jones, even though they've changed it up. So anyway, if any of you have tried any of these snacks on the table, let me know in the comments down below. I love hearing from you guys. If you want to leave any suggestions for future videos, leave those down there as well. If you'd like to send something in to be reviewed on the channel, the P.O. Box is in the description. Patreon link's down there as well if you'd like to, you know, help the channel out. Don't have to, but it's there. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.